Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
Hey, what about our Comic Capers podcast?
What about us? Ugh.
Oh man, if we're gonna be doing this every other month, I should get with our music guy and be like, hey, I need a 90s X-Men
Cover.
That's right, kids. Told you it was coming, and here it is. Comic Capers every month, Flasher, X-Men, with some fun stuff dropped every so often in between, but
For clicks and views.
that's right, kids. Should I say this before? Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me as always, it is
Duh, it's little Hellfire.
Jubilee's #1 fan.
Number 2. I'm sure there's some creepy guy out there that is her #1 fan. I can almost guarantee it.
Like young Asian girls? Okay.
And I'm not talking about, Mia Farrow's ex-husband.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. All right. So, like I said, I stuck it in. Lil Hellfire.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! She thought she was done, but we have one more part of Atlantis Attacks. We're going to travel back in time to the beginning, cover X-Men Annual 13. But
Deep breath. We're almost through it, guys.
It must be a fun date. Anyway, yes. But also, I threw it on the schedule because there is a Jubilee story in here, and Miss Hellfire requested some Jubilee stories this month. So,
Justice for Jubilee July.
yay! Hey, like I said, except for I think 2 episodes this year, the rest of the year will be either Flash or X-Men, and there's including a crossover or 2 with a certain young Australian lad and the brains behind his operation.
Spider Babies. Finally,
that man.
the crossover we've been waiting for.
That's right.
It's a lot of meat.
All right, so
It's not the last freaking Tuesday over on Ultimate Spider-Cast.
It was just a really nice package.
all right, so should we get to X-Men Annual 13?
Let's do it.
Again, it's an Atlantis attack. It's early in Atlantis attack, so. All right, here's a brief description of this story. The Serpent Society has taken on a job for Gahar and Lyra, remember them, to acquire some mystical items. Diamondback tries to steal something from the mysterious Mr. Jip. As punishment, he switches her and Dazzler's consciousnesses.
Not Dazzler!
The X-Men try to set them. Oh no! Stuck me in an aging disco queen in the late 80s. What? The X-Men try to set things right again, but instead of being transported to Mr. Jip's place, they are sent to 3 different locales where the X-Men battle the members of the Serpent Society for the magical trinkets.
Hey-o. The Family Jewels? No, wait, never mind.
Whoa! The Family Jewels. You know what those are, kids, right?
A couple of balls down the gob.
Wait, no, reading this reminded me of the meme about how many women Wolverine has actually slept with, and we definitely need to do one of those on Long Boxes and Boob Windows. The midi lovers of Wolverine.
But again, too, it's like, a lot of guys are big womanizers, Matt Murdock.
But he's 5'3". That's what I'm saying. He's bagging premium swag at 5'3".
But also, too, how old is he, too?
Damn. Burn.
I'm just saying, he's got a lot of time to, burn.
So you're saying he could have been a 40-year-old virgin, and he's just trying to make up for lost time? That's what you're saying?
And not to call anyone out here on the podcast, but there are some freaks who you'll see a guy kill a bunch of guys and be like, "Oh, that turns me on."
Are we talking about Charlie?
No.
We're doing me now?
He doesn't turn him on to see people die. He's helping strippers' kids with their math homework. Come on.
So true, so true. Our Charlie's a good lad. I kid. We all know he's talking about me. It's fine.
Charlie.
Allegedly. Satire and parody. That's what we do here.
Pirates, hard.
In each case, the X-Men win, but long shot.
We're not talking Marauders, Phil. Jeez, get it together.
What?
Marauders. You know, X-Men as pirates.
Oh, yeah. The X-Men win, but Longshot becomes lost in an avalanche.
Avalanche of what?
Hey-oh!
I think we found our word of the day.
What, avalanche?
Boing.
That's always the word of the day. The X-Men are transported back to Mr. Jip, who returns Diamondback and Dazzler to their right bodies and returns Longshot to them in exchange for the trinkets. However, Diamondback and Sidewinder pull a fast one on him and steal the trinkets for Gahar and Lyra, unaware what horrors the Lemurians plan to unleash with them. All right, Lil, what did you think?
First note is the artwork. I don't know if it's because I read this digitally.
Same.
But boy, it's rough. It is angular. It looked like Steven Splat drew this. I'm just saying. It's angular and those boobs scare me.
Nice.
Those boobs scare me.
But the story is pretty fast paced and, you know, sexy ladies. You can never go wrong with a bunch of sexy ladies. A little body swap, some double cross. Haha. Get it?
I know. But I don't know. I mean, again, you're going to be like, oh, you're that nerd. But it's like, I don't know. I didn't like the Serpent Society really wasn't written well here. Maybe some just used the.
It never is.
Well, no, I was going to say in Greenwald Captain America, they were written a little better.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what that is.
I know, but especially Diamondback. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know, sexy ladies got to be sexy ladies when it comes to the X-Men. That is the one consistent.
I know.
Misogynist thread throughout all of X-Men.
But it's like, I think it, but at this point, she has a huge crush on Captain America. But meanwhile, she swaps. I mean, I guess she's just starting trouble. She's trying to sleep with Wolverine in the beginning while she's stuck in Dazzler's body. Awkward.
I bet you it's you know it's the ladies list in the Marvel universe. It's like Scott Summers is way down there at the bottom. Wolverine's like in the middle, and Captain America, of course, is at the top. So, you know, you just gotta mark your list off. That's all.
That's not what we mean by hardest bones, kids.
Are you sure?
Hey-o.
Remember, they weren't always made of adamantium. I'm just saying, used to be made of wood, according to some continuities.
Bone, Lilith, not wood. But no, I mean, the art and everything, I mean, the whole thing's probably just weird because it is like a fill-in team. Cause it's written by Terry Austin because it wasn't Claremont still writing X-Men, so it's not the writer, artist Mike Vosberg. So yeah,
and no shade. It's just obviously not what we're accustomed to. X-Men is top tier, premium, right up there with X-Men, Spider-Man at this time. So it's like, it's a shock.
That's what I'm saying. It's a fill-in team. It's like none of these people are working on the regular book. So,
but I thought the pacing was pretty good because man, as Atlantis attacks a slog.
Well, again, it depending on the annual, you know, any of these annual events, it's like, okay, we put as much or as little of the actual event in it as we want.
I guess they wanted to. They wanted to. They thought this was going to be their big break, I guess. Yeah. So they decided to try to go full throttle.
I mean, the whole thing's not that bad, but I don't know. It almost again. It seems like a cash grab almost. I was like, oh, we need the X-Men in this event somehow.
Of course we do.
just like when we covered the Daredevil annual, you know, he's not in the city. He's wandering upstate New York. This one, man, they really had the convenience.
They're like, we're going to be an integral part of this crossover.
Even though they're as far away from everything as possible, you know, in the Australia.
In the X-Men pocket.
Well, no, I mean, again, at this point, they're in Australia. I mean, what the hell's going on in Australia? What the F?
Leave poor baby Ray Ray alone.
What, I'm not talking Batman. He's not going to get who's,
I didn't didn't mind it. It's the only thing that I minded was the art. I was just like, oh. I'm
Again,
gonna have to go find the physical copies and see if it's bad, because digital, like, that's the thing about transferring to digital. If they don't do direct scans, they smooth everything out, and then they like do the, like, they add like the matrix, like the little dots and stuff to it if it's like a certain year or something like that. You know what I mean? To make it look vintage or whatever it is. So I'll have to go back and see if it was actually this bad.
yeah, no, I'm looking at actual scans. I mean, it's not too bad, but yeah, I mean, again, we had a fill-in team. And I think it's just like, let's get this thing done, you know.
Yeah. But I didn't mind the story, just the art. The art hurt.
Yeah. And again, I just love it's like these, you know, Marvel wants to have their cake and eat it too. It's like, you know, the X-Men I know they have a teleporter, but it's like we're in Australia, you know, Claremont put them in Australia, and it's always like, hey, you know, and they're supposed to be dead, but hey, let's be part of Atlanta.
Aren't they always supposed to be dead?
I know, but they were really supposed to be dead. You know, no one was supposed to know they were alive, but it's like, hey, let's do Atlantis at all.
The world is in trouble. Of course the X-Men are going to come running, okay?
They were trying to save the world. They're trying to fix Dazzler and Diamondback.
Their world! Their globes attached to women, you know?
Well, you're my world. And then the Serpent Society.
I thought they were Boston Pizza owners.
Me too.
Again, Grunwald wrote them a lot.
If I ever get around to reading good Captain America, I'll let you know how I feel. But I feel like that they're useless. Like, I don't like them in any circumstance whatsoever.
What? I mean, again, I don't think they were written as well here. You know, they're like a trade union. You know, it's basically, you know, villains looking for, you know, job security and everything. And it's just like, again, Grunwald pulled it off a lot better. So, and again,
I'll trust you on that.
Why serpents? But again, they're usually they're in the Captain America book, especially at this point. Why were they attracted to
Well, you know, this is the thing. Sometimes they try villains out to see if they can branch out, if anybody's interested. Maybe they were thinking about doing a mini-series, a maxi-series. You just never know. They like to throw things against the wall, especially during like a summer event, and see what sticks. Like, you have to think about it that way.
Yeah. I mean, again, too, I guess you don't want to throw any regular X-Men villains at them, because then they might think, oh, hey, let's go tell the whole world the X-Men are alive.
Exactly.
Okay.
Editorial mandates, they suck.
I know. And then Mr. Chip, I'm like, really? Isn't he a Cloak and Dagger villain? Really?
They dug deep. You gotta appreciate the deep cut sometimes.
I guess, but it's like someone was pushing Cloak and Dagger hard in this event. I mean, they showed up in the Spectacular Spider-Man annual. Now one of their villains is showing up here.
I mean, they tried to push it a couple of years ago with their TV show, and it just didn't. Neither did the Runaways, so you know.
Again, by themselves, I don't know. I'm not ever that impressed with Cloak and Dagger. It's usually when they have. I think they need to be part of a larger team somewhere, because I think it's better when they have someone to play off of, even if just like Spider-Man or somebody.
But see, this is the thing, though. You'll feel like the third wheel. So it'd have to be a much bigger team, because they're all about each other, as we learned, because they left Spider-Man for dead.
I know. Well, and they keep like trying to reboot New Warriors. How about a New Warriors team with these two?
Oh, don't get me started on the New Warriors and the fact that they canceled it. I was like, I need my Squirrel Girl. Where is my Squirrel Girl?
Well, they were supposed to do a bunch of like those animated, and the only thing that went through was MODOK, and I think that's because that was already in production, or they were so far along in production. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But, you know, Marvel is, Disney, should I say, is very, you know, if they don't see that it's going to make a profit, they'll pull the plug. They're not afraid of that. They know they have those nerds by the pubic hairs, and they'll do what they say. They say Loki's out, go watch. And you guys do.
Yep.
And you make the memes, and they make the money.
Hey, I mean, more stuff might be coming, because, I mean, they were throwing around a certain word a lot in the first episode of Loki, multiverse. So.
Of course, they're getting ready for Doctor Strange and his madness.
It's so late 80s DC, because they're like, there used to be a multiverse, you know, but now the timekeepers keep one timeline. It's like, oh yeah, the multiverse is never going to come back.
It was only a matter of time.
I wonder if that's how we're going to get the X-Men and Fantastic Four in the MCU.
I don't know. We'll see. I see some interesting things happening. I feel like we're not going to get it the way we think we're going to get it, is all that I'm saying. You're welcome.
Thank you.
But yeah, all in all, it's innocuous. It's not hurting anybody.
No.
At least it was a breeze to get through. That's all that I can say when it comes to Atlantis attacks. That's a B- in my book.
And I think this is like the most like tangential part of Atlantis. I mean, again, it's early on, but part of Atlantis attacks just because it's like, oh hey, they got these artifacts, and guess what? Eventually, they fall into the hands of the Atlanteans. You know. Besides that,
they can't all be armored Namor, okay?
I know.
Much to my chagrin, they cannot all be armored Namor.
And for those of you who continuity freaks like me, yes, this one is, like I said, it's early on. This one is the one right before the Amazing Spider-Man Annual 23 that we covered on Ultimate Spider-Cast 127. So,
I'm sure Phil will link it in the show notes.
Think them all.
So let's get to something good and modern.
All right, let's get. Oh no, I was going to say, do you want to do the Jubilee story from this annual?
Sure, we can do it since that's how you snuck it in. Hey-o.
All right.
Worst.
So when the X-Ladies return from their trip to the mall, which we'll get to next.
Oh my God!
What?
This does not pass the Bechdel test.
I know. We'll get to that next episode. Jubilee stows away with them. With Gateway's help, she makes herself a home in the Outback complex with none of the X-Men the wiser. One day, while bathing in the underground lake, Jubilee is attacked by a robot dog. Terrified, she unleashes her power at it and realizes that far more than just sparkles, her power can destroy things.
My baby girl is growing up.
Oh yeah, this is a very early appearance because this story takes place like right after her first issue. Jubilation Day.
Oh my God, look at these haircuts. Look at these dresses.
Again, it's 1989, love. Oh, this one was actually written by a woman. Ooh. Sally,
What was the 80s? She had to fit in. I won't judge. You do what you got to do to pay your bills.
Sally Patch.
Sally Pushkal, yeah.
Has she written anything else? That name's not familiar to me.
I feel like she's more indie.
Okay. And Jim Byrne penciler. But again, man, I think sometimes some of these annuals, it's like it is like a chance to like try out like some new talent and stuff, and like even like Terry Austin writing the first story, maybe they had him just like kept him on deck in case like Claremont ever just like went nuts and like disappeared or they had to get rid of Claremont.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, this is the only thing I can see for Marvel that she did, but I think she writes like regular prose novels.
Okay.
You win some, you lose some. Comics are hard to write. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I mean, just listen to our talks with D.G. Chichester.
There you go. That's my boy. There's the segue I was looking for.
And even like Kevin Smith, he's like, it's totally different.
Well, Kevin Smith has poor time management.
Well,
so
yeah,
if he laid off, exactly. Although I do that, and I have ADHD, so that's different.
That calms me out.
Exactly, that helps me go to sleep.
That helps her stay on task. But no, like Kevin Smith says, it's like writing comics is totally different from even writing like a TV show or a movie or anything.
It's actually way more collaborative and like personal with your artist and stuff, and it's different. It's a total different vibe for sure.
Oh yeah, because even just like filming something, it's like you can only do so many. It's like, hey, you're filming a person. There's only so many angles you get, and so many things you can do with a person. A comic, it's like, hey, sky's the limit.
And I think that is actually what makes it so hard, is that the fact that the reason that the sky's the limit, barring a few editorial mandates.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, you don't have to worry about special effects budget or anything. I mean, you want a giant like alien armada there, draw it in. Any kind of cause, just draw it in.
She's so cute and frightened, though. Like, Jubilee, like, just justice for Jubilee. I don't think we've ever gotten, like, as fleshed out as she could be. Like, I feel like her and Gambit should, like, go off and, like, do something. Like, their powers are very similar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not really, but visually. Because Gambit's got the whole kinetic energy thing, but...
There's an X-Team book I want, people. Marvel. Gambit, Rogue, Jubilee, Storm.
As their adopted kids.
Yeah, well, team leader Storm. What else we throw in there?
Cable, Forge. No, not Cable. Forge, Bishop.
Oh, no, you say Cable, no take backs.
Damn it!
But yeah.
Well, for me, it's like, I don't know why it is in my brain, but it's like Cable, Forge, and Bishop, like, always. Those are like the Trinity that, like, I like those three together that I always want to see together. So it's just a thing. It's a force of habit.
But just the thing with, like, fleshing out, like, Jubilee and Gambit, I think it's just, I don't know, within like a year or two or so on these books, like Claremont just dropped like all these new characters, like, again, Jubilee, Gambit, we were still kind of fleshing out like Forge and stuff, and it's just like,
Isn't that curious?
What?
Just saying.
And then once they go through the Siege Perilous, it's like you got people scattered all over. So it's like, okay, this month we're going to deal with Colossus. Okay, this month we're going to deal with Psylocke. Okay, in 2 months we're going to see what Wolverine and Jubilee are doing. It's like,
yeah, but no, like this story, like I don't know, it puts you in the mind of what it must really be like. Like I don't know, she's like kind of more sympathetic than Rogue for me. Like when it comes to like a new young mutant with powers. I don't know why.
well, because I mean, Jubilee.
Rogue's got a really sketchy backstory, so.
Oh, I mean, I know. I mean, one of her first appearances, she attacked the Avengers.
Yeah, so it's like, whereas Jubilee, you see that vulnerability and that like Professor X actually can do some good, and he's not like trying to groom her like he did with Jean. Ooh. So like when you're reading it back, you're just like, okay, he's growing as a person.
Exactly. But I'm. Yeah, and again, I know she's not your favorite person, but I mean, Rogue does like serious psychological damage to Carol Danvers. Like Jubilee wasn't hurting anybody.
Exactly. Like I said, Rogue's backstory is sketchy. It's fascinating, but it's sketchy.
I mean, it shouldn't be this way, but do you think Rogue would be as popular a character today if she hadn't been drawn by Jim Lee for a while?
Hell no. And I'll say that as a full-fledged Rogue fan. Like, it would have probably taken until Kelly Thompson wrote her with Mr. and Mrs. Gambit for her to get as popular as she is if he didn't draw her. That's my personal opinion.
Exactly.
If we didn't get Savage Land Rogue or anything, like, I don't know. I don't know.
But again, I mean, this month, July, we're going to be focusing on Jubilee. We're going to have a Storm month in September. Again, we're going to have crossover with Ray and Saren later on. But, send in your, we'll start writing up the schedule for next year. Send it, what characters do you want us to focus on? Send it in, kids. We definitely got to do some Gambit and Rogue separately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wolverine. Is anyone interested in Wolverine?
You better not be. He's had enough. We've had enough of him. I like the little fashion show that she puts on. Like, it's just so cute. It's so, like, very, like, actual relatable teen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so, like, it's like a YA novel, a short YA novel.
We got the fashion montage, baby.
I love her trying on Rogue's costume. She's like, oh, come on. Way too much room in the front.
And then we get a little baseball game.
Well, of course, it's not an X-Men book without a baseball game.
And I just instantly get flashbacks to Twilight. I can't do baseball games, impromptu baseball games anymore. I can't even sit through it when Cisco's talking about it in Deep Space Nine. I'm just like, no, we don't talk about baseball anymore.
But that is the best panel of the story when Storm catches that ball.
I could agree with that.
I think the penciling, it's just, that's like, again, that's my favorite panel of the story.
This is so 80s it hurts.
It's just sad because it's like, she doesn't trust in the X-Men yet. They don't even, no one knows she's there besides Gateway. Okay. And I can't. I'm trying to. I was racking my brain. Is this like the only time we ever see Gateway talk?
Oh my god, I was thinking that too, and it can't be, right?
I think out loud it might be, but I know Rogue took his powers at one point, so I don't know if she heard him in her head. But I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I don't remember him talking. So yeah, that surprised me too. I was like, wait, what? He talked? I was like, he can talk?
I think we never saw that again because he wasn't supposed to. Somebody didn't remember.
Well, again, like you said, I don't think this woman was a regular Marvel writer. So
Yeah. But she's just having fun, and it's just cute. I like I feel like we don't get that with the X-Men enough. Any character, nobody's allowed to have fun anymore. It's been a really long time since we've just seen them have fun as a team, as a group. Like I just feel like they don't even know each other at this point.
well, again, we have 50 million. We're bringing in all these new generation mutants, and it's just like, and everyone's just like flopping back and forth between. I mean, we'll get to the new stuff, but it's like I think we just need, how about again?
The X-Men are not relatable in a time where we're talking about inclusivity and diversity. Is it really ironic that that X-Men have been flopping as hard as they have been? Isn't that so interesting?
Yeah, well, again, I mean, yeah. Well, again, current books, it's like, are we really still doing inclusivity? Because it's like, again,
we're not. That's what I'm saying. Like that was the bread and butter of X-Men for a very long time, and we lost that plot thread a long time ago.
House of X and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even before that, I mean, yeah, these books have been so. I mean, I'm not saying the books have never been dark, even in the 90s, but at least you had some fun with it.
Yeah, it's been like that whole Claremont reunification of the lore that flopped. Can we all just be honest? I mean, I'd rather read Marauders than a main X-Men book. That's crazy.
I know. Again, we need to.
Well, there's like 16 different.
Again, yes, and two. It's like, get them off the island, get them back in the mansion. We need 2 teams.
Can we just pretend like it was a dream or something? Like, I don't mind at this point.
I mean, it seems like Marvel and DC are figuring out that they need to deal with us old nerds. No one knew's coming in. So
we're the only ones with money at this point.
Exactly. So again, let's go back.
Gen Z is going to be living in our basement forever. So
we were doing it a few years ago. Let's do it again. 2 teams, blue and gold. Okay.
Yes, that was actually like the best it's been in a while.
But again, if you want to do give her, try to.
And no more. Can we put a moratorium on the Phoenix Force for like a decade?
Thank you. Well, it's in the Avengers book now, which, oh my god.
I didn't stutter.
I know.
Nobody gets to use it. A decade.
Well, that was my point. I'm like, how special was it whenever, like I said, it's like Charlie Sheen. It's been inside everyone at this point.
Only it's not winning and it's not full of tiger blood.
I know.
I feel so old making that joke, but it's fine. Yeah. I like the Jubilee story. I like it better, obviously, than Atlantis Attacks.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured, with us doing Atlantis Attacks, and it's a nice little foundation for early Jubilee, which again, we'll get to her first appearance next episode. So.
Very cute. I love it, actually.
All
One of my favorite little character introductions for the X-Men, for sure.
All right. We want to get to the Hellfire Gala.
Oh, God. How long are they going to drag this out?
Well, it's going to be...
It's Hickman. Never mind. We'll be here all year. For the rest of the year.
It's going to be at least 20 issues because they're going to have at least one issue of each book do it. So it's going to be at least 20 parts.
Oh, Jonathan Hickman, I loved you so much. Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, and for Charlie Essler, I think Marvel heard you. Extreme Carnage #1 with Flash Thompson back.
Booyah, baby!
Agent Venom.
Oh, we'll talk about it on Capes.
I was going to say, remind me to tell Charlie about that tomorrow, yeah. All right, so pretty much the main reason I wanted you to read this, the first.
It's Namor.
Again, it's like, what is this pattern? Because they did this in X-Force like last week. It's like you always got to have somebody like back talking them now. First it was Tony Stark, now it's Namor.
It's a formula. It works apparently, so don't judge them too harshly.
Oh my god! But some of the outfits some of these mutants are wearing. I mean, why is Magneto dressed like the dude from Monopoly?
Because he's classier than anybody. Okay, he's that guy.
Oh, it's a fancy man.
He is, or he pretends to be.
Yes, Russell, we know. Magneto thoughts for Tomes of Evil. We know. Kids.
Right on time. He was just waiting. He was just lurking in the shadows. Magneto? Magneto?
I know. I've been on a big X-Men kick for the first time in decades. Yeah, I think I saw it on Twitter. I saw he just read Powers of X and House of X and liked it.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, that wasn't bad, but then everything that came
towards the end, like where it feels clearly like he didn't know what he was doing, he bit off more than he could chew, and that's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with.
One of the different books, yeah.
Yeah. I thought the point was unification and not to have so many X books, but maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea. But
I love the artwork in this, though. The Namor panels, especially.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes. We know you love the Namor panel. But no, I mean, it's funny too. They're like, oh, you could join our council. He's like, be one of a group of members ruling an island, or give up my 70% of the planet. Let me think about that. And again, it's like,
You can't be a dictator that way, so yeah.
Oh.
Come on. You know who you're talking to.
They don't want Namor. They just want a king, king of a nation behind them.
Exactly.
Too bad Black.
I was gonna say.
Too bad T'Challa's not a mutant. But I love how everyone's had a problem with the X-Men lately, but they're all willing to go to the island and drink their booze.
Free food and drink, hell yeah.
Oh,
Plus, you're gonna see Storm, Rogue, and Jean Grey in some fancy clothes. I mean, come on. You're gonna see some boobage.
Oh, that's right.
I'm thirsty.
All the X-Men ladies are hot and can get it.
I'm thirsty for it, bro.
Totally. But yeah, the artwork is what stands out. I enjoyed the artwork, and last issue and this issue is extra stunning. That's the only reason to buy this book for me. The story is the artwork phenomenal.
I'm sorry that Pfizer on Cyclops is way too big.
He looks like RoboCop
I know.
or Judge Dredd or something like that.
Some of the costumes I don't like, but if they make that Jean Grey's permanent costume, I'm fine with that.
It's like a throwback to the Marvel girl, so yeah, I'm kind of here for it.
It looks kind of like royalty. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see the little touches.
I know she probably added at the last minute because she's the one the readers voted in, but is Polaris just wearing smoke? Green smoke?
I mean, if I could get away with it, I would. What the Hunger Games is going on here?
Trust me, kids. Lilith has tried to wear green smoke.
Smoke to Juby.
It's purple hate and it's hazy. Thank you very much. I hope none of you children got that reference, because if you did, shame on you.
Wait till you see the artwork I do for this episode. Did you see any of the variant covers for this?
Yes.
Did you see the Rogue one? It looks like a magazine cover. Yeah.
I gotta go back and get some variants for sure.
Oh, they
Gotta hope eBay doesn't rob me.
They got her. Well, just wait. Sometimes the week of they go up, and then I'm sure they probably come down at some point.
No, they never go down.
No? What?
Hell. They might want to call a doctor for sure.
Is this eBay or Viagra?
Both. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm glad we're over this little bit of gimmick. But it was fun while it lasted. At least it's not $10 like the last one.
Oh, look, we could probably get Charlie to read this, because isn't that Patton Oswalt?
Wait, didn't he play no? What am I thinking of? What was he in?
He was an Agent of Shield.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
And now I think he's the voice of MODOK, so.
That's what I know. Yeah, that's what everybody on Twitter was talking about.
So. Yeah, so he's Charlie's favorite now.
He's in the MC. He's making that sweet Marvel money.
Oh my lord! Talking about
Oh, so apparently they cast Namor and nobody likes him. I am not on Twitter anymore, so you know Twitter throws a hate party every. They pick a person every day that they don't like, and they get on a hate train. So
I did see that. I wasn't familiar with the actor, so
yeah, me neither. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean,
oh well, yeah, they need some kind of gimmick.
at least it's not Jason Momoa.
Well, it's for Black Panther too, you know.
Yeah, for Black Panther too. Yeah.
Since we don't have a Black Panther.
But that's a classic rivalry, though, and like you know, royalty versus royalty. How to run a country and how not to run a country. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, he's not going to be there.
Who worked though?
Yeah, I didn't know this guy from Adam.
It says he was in Narcos, Mexico.
I don't know this guy from Adam, but good for him for making some sweet Marvel money.
Yeah, I guess it's
an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice for sure.
I guess they said he was already reported to be the villain of the movie, but then someone's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be Namor." Yeah, he is. He's gonna be Namor.
Namor's not a villain. He's a misunderstood anti-hero.
Oh, speaking of Under the Sea, did you see over at DC 5G is marching on because
I told you guys this. Like, why are you surprised? I literally said, well, 5G has just changed its name. Like, they don't want to say that it's 5G because they got rid of Dan Dido and they would have to give him more money because it was his idea. So they had to finesse it and change it. I told you guys this already.
Oh, I thought they were like, oh no, we're not going to do it now. But then they're slowly.
They just retooled it and had to call it something else.
Yeah.
We need the money. Gimme.
And quietly, there's another bloodbath going on with the executives. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's boy.
Oh yeah, the one guy quit after like what 20 years or something.
Yeah, he wasn't the first. He's not going to be the last. So it's getting crazy.
But yeah, I mean, you thought Polaris was bad. Look what Emma Frost is wearing.
No, Polaris wasn't bad at all. She was perfect. And
Right.
Emma Frost is going to be Emma Frost. She's the baddest. She's the coldest. Get it?
Oh, I get it. No cleavage, but I mean, basically just the
Nothing left to the imagination, though.
fabric just is down the front and back, nothing on the sides.
Talk about your long boxes and boob windows.
Oh, that has to be a boot windows and long box. Emma Frost.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. To quote Mozzie Mansour, without a doubt.
I know. I mean, she's dressed like a dominatrix most of her career. Yeah, we're gonna have to cover it. Yeah.
But no, I like this book. It was fun. It was pretty. It was most importantly, it was pretty. I mean, did we need this for the plot? No. Did we need a breather, a palate cleanser? Hell yes. And I think that captured it perfectly. So.
Well, and too, we had to introduce the new X-Men team.
We didn't have to.
Well,
Nobody asked for that. Nobody wants that. But here we are, changing up the guard, quote unquote, again.
What?
How many times are we going to do this?
Oh,
So they realized if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, that's right. If we do want to talk this again tomorrow, yeah, get Charlie Esther. And not only does Patton Oswalt show up, Kevin Feige shows up in this issue too.
Self-indulgent, but it's fine.
Is that just them saying, "Oh, hey, Mr. Feige, when you include the X-Men in the MCU, give us a call. You have ideas."
He has his own ideas, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. But no, I don't know if that like X-Force and then this one are just set up for next week is Planet-Size X-Men.
Yeah, probably. From one gimmick to the next, that's how we're gonna get money from the X-Men fans. That's what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Remember when it used to be a powerhouse and they could afford to be in their own universe in their own pocket?
Oh yeah.
I kind of miss those days.
I remember when everyone was like that. X-Men were in their own pocket. Spider-Man was in his own pocket, pretty much.
Avengers, yeah.
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Fantastic Four do pretty good guest starring roles, though. That is one thing I can say. I don't think there's one like guest star that they've been in that I'm like, ew, why did they do that? I mean, like, as a team.
Yeah.
Separately and individually, I don't know, there's some questionable things.
Well, I know every so often if Spider-Man or somebody needs help, it's like, hey, I need help with some science. He either goes the Reed. I mean, again, black costume.
Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with modern day X-Men. They need to realize that, hey man, 1992 was the best it ever was going to be.
You know what? That's what we need to cover, X-Men #1.
Didn't we? I feel like we did.
We were going to. I don't think we did. Maybe in January we'll cover all the #1s, but
oh, that would be sweet. Yes, let's do that.
yeah, the original from 1963, and then X-Men #1 was at 90 or 92. Is that still like the highest selling comic ever?
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
I don't know if we just for inflation though. It might or might not be.
I mean, if it's not, it's definitely in like the top 3 or something.
Yeah. And then they went bankrupt.
Well, the industry went bankrupt.
Well, I'm just saying, DC still has the rights to Superman, so that's one thing you can't say.
Well, Batman, sure.
Well, Batman, that's a whole different issue. That's from the 60s. Who would have ever thought?
Okay, so yes, according to the most recent, the best-selling American single-issue comic of all time was X-Men #1, which was published in 1991 and has since sold almost 8.2 million copies. And #2, from the same year, Marvel X-Force #1.
Ew. Meanwhile, I have an X-Force shirt on right now.
I know. I hate them, but they're all over my chest. Anyway.
I like original X-Force. I don't like new X-Force.
I know. Yeah.
It's derivative, okay?
Ever since like the mid 2000s, it's like Wolverine's personal strike force. It's like,
yeah, they don't know what they're doing, but I like original X-Force. They're good.
Yeah. With Cable.
Yes, I like Cable. I just don't like new Cable.
I know. Well,
they don't know what to do with him. Kid Cable got on my damn nerve.
Well, don't worry. In another month or two, he's gone, and they're bringing back Old Man Cable.
Old Man Cable.
And I think he's going to space.
Oh Lord.
For the last annihilation.
They can't hear you scream in space.
He's probably going to interact with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Quasar, and that fancy man dropout, Dr. Doom.
Sounds like a good time if you ask me.
All right, Little Hellfire. Anything else on the X-Men or Jubilee?
No, definitely looking forward to doing a little Jubilee exploration. I just need modern X-Men to get it together. Can we just pretend like that whole thing didn't happen and just go? Like, let's just go back to 1992. That's all I'm saying.
Again, 2 teams, and it's like every once in a while, someone from another book can slide through. But how about just keeping everyone in their own lane?
We got to get back to basics. This is so outlandish and so like far removed from the X-Men that we know and love. It's just it's a very hard pill to swallow.
There's too many moving parts. Again, 2 regular X-Men teams, maybe do an X-Force, X-Factor.
I mean, isn't that what minis and maxis are for? Like, I feel like that whole island thing could have been a maxi. It did not need to be in the actual ongoing. Changed my mind.
Could have been a giant What If miniseries.
Oh God. What if? What if Professor X was competent?
Well, again, I mean, they're doing those What If miniseries now, and again,
what if he didn't deny Storm her goddess powers? What if? Hashtag still bitter.
But yeah, I mean, they're pushing on that What If, because I swear Spider-Man Spider Shadow was only supposed to be 3 issues. Now I think it's up to 5 issues.
Okay, I'm not losing my mind. I was like, I thought they said.
Unless I read wrong, I thought it was only supposed to be 3, but yeah, now it's like I opened 3 this week and it was like 3 of 5. I was like, whoa, okay.
Or maybe we just assumed it was 3 because 5 is the new magic number for some random reason.
Yeah. But I would like to see the numbers on we need to find the numbers for X-Men Legends. I want to see how well that's selling.
Not as good as Batman Urban Legends, but you ain't heard that from me.
Yeah, but I just want to see if it's selling better than the regular X-Men books now.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's not hard to do.
Well, it's 90s. Yeah, it's like 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on Diamond. I'm sure they've got some misinformation on there.
Oh, no.
You didn't hear that from me either, but just ask your comic book guy. He'll tell you.
True. All right. Ready to wrap this up? Give the kids their homework?
Yes. What homework do we have to give to the kids?
All right. Well, next week will be a Devil You Know, the Daredevil podcast, where in July we'll be doing Black Widow month. So for the Devil You Know, it'll be Daredevil 236, and then 2 weeks after that, Daredevil 247, both Black Widow issues. But for Comic Capers, in 2 weeks, Uncanny X-Men 244, the first appearance of Jubilee, and 251 and 252.
Woohoo! Yeah.
And we actually get a third of this month's World Hellfire. So Uncanny. So they wind up the month for Comic Capers. Uncanny X-Men 261 and 268.
Oh, so close.
268 with another Black Widow appearance. But it's Jubilee.
I like Black Widow. I just don't like MCU Black Widow.
I know, but Jubilee's in all this. So.
I know.
She's like, oh,
so
I
it should
know.
be for fun time.
All right, kids. So hey, Russell, you want feedback? Gotta grease the wheels with some feedback.
Oh,
all right?
he's greased enough of the wheels. Give us a break.
How about you, Ray? It's not like this is that, man. You can send me feedback. Come on, 90s kid. I know you love the 90s stuff, but grease the wheels, kids. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38
38 capes.
I love I you know what? Just when I don't believe in myself, it's just when I see I embarrass you. You know how hard it is to embarrass little Hellfire kids, and I can do it. So that's my superpower. Anyway, so yes, follow Comic Capers on Facebook, Twitter. Find links to all the various social medias for all of our various shows. Links to this YouTube. See Little Hellfire blush. Links to the Patreon, as you heard in the ad in the beginning of this episode, where I could not sound more corny. Yes, Uncensored Wade's. Hey, like the X Universe, Uncensored Wade's World, kids. Boot windows and long boxes. We'll get some X content there.
Talk about your Domino and Diamondback.
Hey-o! Hard R movie reviews. Once we get the band together.
Howard Stern is what's up on the chopping block for this newest one coming up.
Hey-o! Anyway.
Body parts.
That's right. Anyway, so find links to all of that, links to merch, stay hydrated, links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please check out everything Southgate Media Group. Go directly to southgatemediagroup.com. And after you're done checking out our Patreon, go check out the Southgate Media Group Patreon. There's lots of free content there, like shows from everyone on the network. Plus, you get a little extra uncensored when you pay, kids. So,
What is this, OnlyFans?
that's right, kids. Check out Uncensored Rob Southgate this week in Geek. Oh, please.
We all know we show up for Martha and Molly, you know.
Oh, please.
We all know that.
Oh, please. If you could see that the private thread, Facebook thread of This Week in Geek, you'd think it was OnlyFans the way they talk. The way Rob talks. Holy crap. I love how we're worried about him canceling us. Jeez. Anyway, so yes, go check that out. And please go check out Pod Life the book, now in digital paperback.
Audiobook, supposedly it's coming. Hey-o.
Hey-o. So yes, learn about the ins and outs of podcasting from the experts and third best
Southgate himself.
Robert Southgate. And when you go on Amazon to buy anything and everything like Wolf does, and of course, including Pod Life the book, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. That's right. Well, help us support this show, the network, and that fancy man ready to throw his own online gala, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom.
What did you say?
Please kick me in the pants.
Why
Wipe
certainly?
your eye
Yoink,
grip
yoink,
over to
yoink.
my pocket. Mark my words.
All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people talk to you online about Jubilee?
If you love Jubilee, find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. Sometimes I tweet legends when I remember. You can find me on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course on TikTok, making all the comments at Lilith Hellfire 69.
Shut up and just lay there.
I mean, this isn't what Jean Grey says to Scott at all.
Wow.
Don't worry, that's the dog.
I was gonna say the dog's ripping the room apart.
Gotta make room.
Yeah, he's got to evacuate his bowels. So, on that note.
All right, kids, thank you for joining us. Again, in 1 week, Daredevil 236 on DW Now, the Daredevil podcast. And in 2 weeks, Uncanny X-Men 244, 251, and 252 for more Jubilee July. Give me fireworks in July, kids.
Oh, get out!
Jubilee sounds like July. Oh, you're the one who picked Jubilee for July. All right, kids, come back next week.